Online age verification and facial recognition software is what this is all about. Make no mistake, they want you to have to scan your face to access your games online. PC gaming is seeing an attack on gaming in a way that we have never seen before. It seems that the one thing in their way, in the elites' way that are pushing for this ID verification across the board, the one thing in their way, the one man standing in their way is Gabe from Steam, refusing to let them access your right to PC gaming without having to scan your face, or for them to literally collect more user data from you. It's insane what we're seeing nowadays, boys. So let's get into this, boys. Make sure you comment down below. I want you to open the comment section while you watch this video, while I tell you what's going on, and converse with other people. Join the community, boys. Let's get into it. It seems that we all know what happened with the New York Attorney General literally suing Steam, suing Valve over CSGO loot boxes, trying to claim that it was over the loot boxes, and it's now come out that it was actually about them wanting them to collect more user data. They want that user data, boys. They crave that user data. They want more they want Valve to not only access more user data, but to keep you from using a VPN, and also to push their additional age verification software through most payment methods, it seems. But Valve's response to this is absolutely hilarious, saying it may have been easier and cheaper for Valve to make a deal with the New York Attorney General, but we believe the type of deal that would satisfy the New York Attorney General would have been bad for users and other game developers and would have impacted our ability to innovate in gaming. Now, I'm going to show you what the New York Attorney General said, but I want to remind you what is going on. Valve Steam is facing 3 different lawsuits after defeating the Rothschilds in court over their bullshit patenting business. They're, where they try to basically claim that they own something. I don't know what they call it, but it's definitely should be illegal, which is why the Rothschilds lost. But make no mistake that it seems to be retribution for them beating the Rothschilds in court, beating the elites in court. They're now facing so many other lawsuits from different people that you thought just wouldn't be involved. Okay, British Music Rights Organization, PRS. I'm actually very disappointed in this because I love PRS guitars. I absolutely do. And this is insane to me. But for Music is suing Valve, claiming that Valve must pay separate licensing fees for making available games that include music for PRS members. This dispute targets games sold downloaded via Steam that feature such music without Valve holding the required UK license. Examples cited include Forza Horizon, FIFA, EAFC, and Grand Theft Auto series. This is literally an attack, a coordinated attack on Valve. It's appearing to become exactly what you thought it was, which was retribution over the Rothschilds losing in court. But this is probably revenge, again, for the Rothschilds, a patent troll that Valve was not supposed to win against. Winning that lawsuit disrupted the status quo of quietly settling like every other tech company does. In addition to this lawsuit, Valve has 3 other ones just in 2026 so far, which is New York Letitia James, U.S. nationwide class action lawsuit against loot boxes filed March 9th, UK collective proceedings on Steam's pricing plus commissions. Evidently, you can't run a business nowadays, boys. You can't run no business. You can't make no commissions off of selling other people's shit, like Jesus. Now the UK PRS music suit. 4 major attacks in under a month can't be a coincidence. No, they're not. Valve embarrassed one of the untouchables, and this really feels coordinated. Valve is a company with its open platform of the last few remaining ungated digital Wild West for games and entertainment. Minimal censorship, no ESG, no globalist filter. It directly threatens global tech monopolies and disrupts narratives. Steam is one of the last bastions for decentralized, player sovereign, and anti-fragile gaming. Gaming has been one of the largest disruptors of the globalist script, largely giving rise to the current populist surge. I would also attribute that to the internet, which is why they're pushing for a blanket-wide sweep of an ID verification, age-gated system for the internet. They're basically wanting you to consider, or they're trying to force everyone else to consider that the internet and social media is no longer public, at least in the USA. They want to make the internet and social media no longer public domain so that your freedom of speech and your freedom of press no longer count. It's basically like walking into a bank and yelling, or a plane and yelling bomb. That's what they want it to be like. If you think that will not have an effect on the freedom of speech, you are insane. You are absolutely insane, which is why they're trying to get these laws passed. Okay, papers please, boys, papers please. Make sure you put your papers in the comment section. If you're not letting me know that you have your papers in the comment section, then you are definitely illegal. What did I say? They're doing this in hopes that they can try to use this as a reason to push for the App Store Accountability Act on every app store. Only way to do this is with facial scans or ID. Facial ain't accurate. ID puts everyone at risk and violates our rights. I'm sorry to say, but this is definitely not good for gaming that they're even trying to push this. It's already hard enough to get into PC gaming for the normal average person. Now imagine them having to put in their ID or their facial recognition software, having them scan their face before they can purchase a game, knowing that all of their information could be put at risk. Like, I understand that there is already a lot of information that you put on the internet, but if you're going to consider it social and public domain, then you shouldn't be allowed to put you should protect your personal information. That's what I'm saying. They no longer want to consider it public domain so they can attack you or silence you for the things that you're saying or doing. Imagine them one day blocking you from accessing Steam altogether, accessing video games that you bought altogether, simply because you said some bad things on CSGO to your teammate or something stupid like that. Like, it's insane to me that this is where we're moving, and anybody trying to tell you that this is inevitable is lying. Okay, that is one of the most dangerous thought process ever, is that I think that this is bad, but it's inevitable. No, it's not. No, it's not. As a matter of fact, you're trying to make people think that it is so that they won't stand against it. There is absolutely avenues to fight against this, which makes it, guess what? Not inevitable. It makes it, something that may be highly likely to happen, but with enough pushback could guaranteed not happen. There is a level of pushback that guarantees that this doesn't happen, boys. And I'm not one of those people that usually, is doom and gloom. But if we don't see a rise of people actually pushing back against this the way that Steam is, the way that Gabe is, then it absolutely is. The future is looking bleak, boys. The sun's getting real low, big guy. But Valve even responded to the skin trading portion of the lawsuit, where they try to claim that, trading between CSGO players is evidently gambling. I mean, I think that the players being able to do that actually helps the game. I think it helps gaming and it helps the community. But New York Attorney General Letitia James evidently doesn't think so. But they said, we think the transferability of a digital game item is good for consumers. It is. That is one of the most consumer-friendly things that is possible for you to do. As a matter of fact, I think that if you're not doing it, you're doing something wrong. It gives a user the ability to sell or trade an old or unwanted item for something else, in the same way an owner can sell or trade a tangible item like a Pokemon or baseball card, especially if you paid for it. That's the issue. They don't want you to own the things that you pay for anymore. That is a dangerous thing to allow. It's crazy to me. But it seems that, Steam is actually standing on business 10 toes down, absolutely saying that, players, if they purchase something like they should be able to sell or trade it in any way that they want, just like you would if you had a Pokemon card or a baseball card and the fact that you would even even call it gambling? Like, are you going to call baseball cards that you're buying at the counter, a deck of baseball cards that you're buying at the counter at Walmart, you're letting your kid check out with it? You're going to call that gambling now? You're going to say that that's introducing them to gambling? I'm sorry, but this is moving to levels of absurdity that we've never seen before. The New York Attorney General, Letitia James, proposes to take away the user's ability to transfer their digital items from Valve games. Transferability is a right we believe should not be taken away, and we refuse to do that. Thank you. Thank you. I will say that here and now. Thank you, Valve. Thank you, because absolutely I approve of that 100%. But again, it was never about loot boxes. We all know that. We all know it was never about the loot boxes. Never. One moment, gentlemen. Let me fix this. But here it says the New York Attorney General also proposed to gather additional information from beyond what we normally collect in the course of processing payments about each game user on the off chance someone in New York was anonymizing their location to appear outside of New York, such as by using a VPN. This would have involved implementing invasive technologies for every user worldwide. You heard it here, boys. The New York Attorney General is trying to censor Steam worldwide, not just in in New York. I almost said the UK. The UK Stalin. All right, I almost said the UK, but no, New York, America of all places, trying to censor Steam worldwide for every user. Similarly, the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, demanded that Valve collect more personal data about our users to do additional age verification, even though most payment methods used by New York Steam users already have age verification built in. Yeah, no shit. You gotta put in your card and your name to buy something? Excuse me. If your child's taking your credit card or your card and putting that information in with your name and address and purchasing something, you are not watching your child enough. No, we should not be forced to parent the entire world's children simply because you, for some reason, can't be held liable for allowing your child to do that with your credit card. That is insane. Valve knows our users care about the security of their personal information. Absolutely, we do, but it's not about the information. It's about the right. People keep talking about this information security, you know, your identity protection. A lot of our identities are already out there. The information is already out there. As a matter of fact, this I believe is a losing argument. This gives them an avenue to do this as long as they protect the information. It is not about the information. It is about the right. Your right to privacy, your right to the freedom of speech. It is absolutely about your right, and that's what you should stand on. Your right to privacy. You should not have to do a facial scan to be able to purchase a video game, to be able to purchase an item, especially on the internet. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. And we believe it is in our best and in ours and their best interest to only collect the information necessary to operate the business and comply with law. Absolutely. Steam standing on business. But here he says Valve under Gabe Newell actually does stand up for you. And yeah, it has its issues for sure here and there, but Steam has kept the gaming industry in line in many ways, and without it, things would significantly be worse. Valve is being rigorously attacked for being pro-you. Thank you. By the way, this is insane. I understand that Steam has had its problems, but standing against this, I actually support. Standing for users to be able to trade their items that they have got through purchasing them. Absolutely, that is your property. You should be able to trade it. This fact that they've moved into somehow you buying digital property, is it actually you owning that digital property? You're just buying the rights to use it, is ridiculous. This should have been blocked a long time ago. This should not be something that's happening. But according to a lot of people online, they're just perfectly okay with it because they've sat, you know, they're insane. They're insane. You work for your money that is your money, that is money that is meant to use to purchase property for yourself. These goods and services, they're trying to name property like games. which is down like a game as service. Excuse me, but I'm totally against it. I'm sure a lot of you know a lot more than me. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this. Let me know where I'm wrong. Let me know where you agree with me, where you disagree with me. I actually really like it. I read all of them, and any of the funniest comment I will pin at the top, boys.